You're all set, Arnie. I'm gonna mute.
All set? Great, and thank you, Joanne. Welcome everybody to the June 17th, 2026 meeting of the Danbury Planning Commission. We will open with the roll call. Mr. Kiokio.
Here.
Ms. Hofstadter.
Here.
Mr. Nazario. Did he?
Here, sorry.
No problem. Chairman Finaldi is here. I guess for the record, we're supposed to have 5 regular members and 3 alternates for a total of 8. We have currently 4 regular members and no alternates for a total of 4. So that's too bad. I'm sorry, everybody, hold on for just 1 second. Hang on.
Well, if we all leave, it'll just look.
My apologies.
Do that. We should do that just for fun, you know.
Very funny, Helen. April Fool's joke. Okay. Looking at our agenda, the minutes of the June 3rd, 2026 meeting were distributed. Unless there's any comments or corrections, I'll entertain a motion to accept those minutes.
Mr. Chairman, go ahead.
Good.
Thank you, Mr. Kiokio, for a motion to accept the minutes. I think Helen was the second. Do I hear any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Let the record show our next meeting is scheduled for July 1st, 2026. Please note your calendars. We're going to skip the Zoom intro. I'm assuming that's okay. I should have asked Dan Casagrande when I saw him recently, but I think we're going to be okay with that. You will note that our agenda has no new public hearings this evening or no continuation of public hearings this evening. So we're going to go right to our old business for discussion and possible action. The one item on our agenda, UB Danbury LLC, Regency Centers LP, application for revised special exception, revised site plan to permit fast food restaurant, section 5A2B16 in the CG20 zone, 20 to 28 Bacchus Avenue, F17010, special exception number 381. The draft resolution of approval with conditions was previously distributed, and I will turn it over to Jennifer. Anything you'd like to add, Jen?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For the record, Jennifer Eminger, Deputy Planning Director. I am sitting in for Ms. Allie Smith tonight, who is enjoying a much deserved vacation. So the resolution that Allie prepared dated June 10th, 2026 for Jersey Mike's Subs at Airport Plaza, 20 to 28 Bacchus Avenue. This is a fairly straightforward resolution. Again, it's a change in use to allow a 1,200 square foot fast food restaurant identified as Jersey Mike's. Allie's included the standard whereases that describe the project, including a breakdown of all the tenant spaces. Again, the purpose of the revised grant is a trip generator. It's a cumulative generation of all the spaces in the shopping center, as well as the use itself. The fast food restaurant is a special exception use. Kind of fast forwarding through to page 4. Again, these are all standard conditions. File the grant on the land records. 5. Number 6. The ZEO shall verify that the fast food restaurant has not exceeded 10 seats. We're looking for the airport administrator to do another sign off, make sure that there's no changes. Sometimes facades change, they come in for a permit. We're going to ask that the airport administrator take one last look, make sure there's no increase given the close proximity to the airport. And that is about it. Does anyone have any questions?
Questions for Jen? I think we went through this one very thoroughly. Thank you for that, Jennifer. Commission members, any other questions on the resolution of approval with conditions? And hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve or deny the resolution of approval with conditions.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move to approve this application with the conditions specified in the resolution document.
Thank you, Helen. Motion to approve made. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Kiokio. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? This resolution of approval with conditions is approved. Thank you, Jen, for that. Thank you, everybody. Okay, we're going to move right on. Item 2 under old business for discussion and possible action. Worcester School Corp. Application for floodplain permit, 91 Meyerbrook Road, E19001, special permit number 0606. There was also a draft resolution attached. This one, Jen, looks a little more complicated than your typical floodplain
Yeah.
permit. I know it's Worcester School, which is an old school. I looked it up. It's 100 years old for those of you taking notes. So why don't you go ahead and let us know what we got going on here?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we've been talking with Worcester School for, I want to say, about a year concerning, so this is their, and this is a private bridge. It's their easterly bridge, also known, it's their egress bridge. So they have an ingress bridge that's adjacent to the tennis courts. This one's on the other side, closer to the intersection of Bacchus and Myrie Brook. So when we first started having discussions, the bridge is in pretty bad shape. It needs to be replaced. It's in disrepair. So, and again, this is a private bridge. It's not a city bridge. We initially, the engineering department and myself, we'd had some concerns about the work within the channel, the Myrie Brook, as well as there are sewer and water mains pretty close to that bridge. So we were also concerned that any construction needed and excavation within the channel would cause harm to the water and sewer mains. So we informed Worcester School that we would be requiring a third-party review. So we'd hired, and they reimbursed the city, of course. We hired Hayden Howard, who has, I'm sure you remember them from the past. They had done the review looking at the potential impacts to the city's Bacchus Ave Bridge, which is upstream near Waterworks, as well as city's water and sewer infrastructure. They prepared an impact evaluation. They were reviewing the hydrologic and hydraulic evaluations of portions of the Myrie Brook, as well as the civil engineer that Worcester School hired reviewing all of their information. So it was a peer review. In their review, Tate and Howard concurred with their approach, which showed that there was no impact on the Bacchus Ave Bridge. And there was, as a result of the bridge replacement and subsequent work within the channel, Tate and Howard had no concerns with the proximity of the work to the existing sewer line and water main. Again, there was a fair amount of work that came in to come to that conclusion. They had to do test pits to find out where the water and sewer were. They field located them. Once we knew that, we looked at the span, looked at the impacts to the channel. It required an EIC approval. The engineering department looked at it as well. So it was thoroughly vetted to make sure that this was not going to have an impact along the entire floodplain. So based off of the channel work, there's approximately 20 cubic yards of fill. It's about a dump truck that's being moved around because of the abutments. And again, it's not within the city right of way. We determined that there would be no impact to the flow of Myrie Brook nor the Bacchus Ave Bridge. So with that being said, it complies with section 7A5C as well as 7A6 of the floodplain regulations. The condition, two conditions I added, the applicant's engineer has to certify in writing that the bridge was constructed pursuant to the plans, and any modification to those plans requires a revised floodplain permit. So are there any questions?
Jen, I realize that none of us were around 100 years ago when Worcester School went into business, and I imagine they, probably had to, go over Myrie Brook at that time. The idea of having sewer and water mains that close to the bridge, I'm guessing that couldn't happen nowadays. We've sort of evolved from an engineering point of view. Is that really just a function of it was done a long time ago?
Likely so. I mean, again, it's a matter of they're running parallel, I believe, with between Bacchus Ave and Myrie Brook. And I believe they're the mains that actually serve the school. So again, I don't know when they were installed, but given, again, that bridge is pretty close to the road. There's not much of a distance between them. So the clearances that you would generally need when you're digging out that channel, there's forms that go up to hold the water back. You put the abutments. It's a lot of work. So again, there was no way of knowing where those mains were, and you don't want to be digging and then all of a sudden you hit a main. So it's always better to be cautious. But I'd say under today's standards, it would likely not be constructed that close to the bridge. But again, there could be reasons. Again, there's flow and pitch, and there's specific engineering reasons why those mains are located there.
Because Myrie Brook floods now, right? It floods all the
Yes, it
time.
does. Yes, it does. So one of the things that we were most concerned about, because again, they're widening the channel for the abutments. And we wanted to make sure that, because right now there's a constriction point with the bridge. There's only so much water that's able to get through, and then it backs up. So once they open that up, the channel opens up and you're conveying more water. So that means more water is heading upstream or downstream. I can't remember which. Heading towards the Bacchus Ave Bridge. What our concern was, what will that increase in the flow of water do to the culvert? Is it going to blow it out? Is it going to cause erosion? We didn't know that nexus. So again, part of what we'd asked Cardinal Engineering to do was to analyze that. And then we had Tata and Howard double check their work and make sure the assumptions they were using were correct. And they concurred with their results. And our engineering department was part of the whole process, and they concurred as well.
Thank you for that. Commission members, any other questions for Jen? Go ahead, Helen.
I have one. This is me trying to go through all these details here, and it's a lot of technical stuff. So I hope this question isn't really out there, but when they start to build this bridge, the water flow will still continue. Is that right? Or do they have to divert it while they work on the bridge?
It's not, that is a technical question. I don't know that I can answer that. From my understanding, and there's a term for the structures they use to hold, they're like these big metal beams that hold the water back so that they can, again, have a free and clear way to put those abutments in. So it's not diverted, but they
it's still flows through, but you have to make it narrower to.
Yes.
Okay. All
Again,
right.
I think it's a sequence of you do one area, hold the water back.
Yeah, it
Get
makes
that
sense.
done, and then you open the other side and work on the other side of the bridge.
Do you think that, because it floods often, do you think they're going to have to seasonally schedule this, repair just based on maybe flood patterns?
Well, I think there's two things that are driving this construction. One, they have to wait until school's over because that's how they get out.
Yeah.
And two, generally, we're not getting those big storms. Although the past few years we've had some pretty nasty August storms. But I think historically the best time, the stream is slightly lower because of if we're in a drought. So they have to do it this summer. They have to have that bridge open before school begins after Labor Day.
Okay, that's good. That's
So-
fair. Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
Again, I'm not an engineer. I think that's what they're based off of the
Yeah.
discussions
Okay, I
I've
don't-
been in.
I'm not-
I think that's the sequence of construction.
Yeah, I'm not sure they got into the timing of this in these documents here.
No,
so-
they did not. And
Yeah.
that was intentional because again, sometimes you're not going to know until you get on the site. So, and they will definitely be coordinating with public utilities because of the water and sewer main, coordinating with our environmental compliance officer, given the wetlands out there. So there'll be numerous departments involved in this construction
Okay.
and
Well, that's
monitoring it.
really interesting. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, and no, Jennifer, and thanks for letting us know. It looks like we went out and solicited the best advice, from
Yeah.
Tate and Howard, Cardinal, two qualified and established engineering firms. So it's comforting to know that we did that, and they
Yeah.
both concurred. So that's good.
Yes, absolutely. Again, sometimes it's a long process and, Worcester School was patient while we were trying to figure out the best course. Because again, we don't have too many private bridges. We did Brookview Commons, but that was part of a site plan application. Shops at Marcus Dairy, that had a bridge. And that was actually that was really complicated because you had a floodway through there. There wasn't a bridge there before. So, again, they're complicated issues. So, we kind of took our time to make sure we were making the right decision in the best direction for Worcester.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Commission members, anything else for Jen? And hearing nothing, I'll entertain a motion to approve or deny the draft resolution of approval for this floodplain permit. Helen, please.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve this application subject to the administrative requirements specified in the resolution document.
Thank you, Helen. Motion made. Do I hear a second? Sydney?
Mr. Chairman, I'll second that.
Thank you, Sydney, for the second. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The floodplain permit is approved. Thanks, Jen. That was a pretty complicated one. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to move to something which appears less complicated. This being an 8-2, we're moving on to referrals. We have one 824 referral, City Council Agenda Item Number 14, application for water extension, 15 Great Pasture Road, L16005. Jennifer, I think your report is dated 6/9. It's all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this is fairly straightforward. There was the site plan approval that was approved back in April for the construction of several buildings on 15 Great Pasture for contractor offices and associated site improvements. The municipal water main currently exists in Great Pasture, but because of the way the site lays out, they have a loop driveway. So we're asking for the water main to be looped inside the property. And because that can't be private, it has to be city owned. We'll take that main. So they need an extension request for that. And then they just tie back in to Great Pasture. So staff has no objection. It complies with the POCD as it's within the water service area. And again, standard conditions apply.
Questions for Jennifer? Anyone? Pretty straightforward stuff. Okay, hearing no questions, I'll entertain a motion for a positive or negative referral for the water extension as submitted.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion for a positive referral.
Thank you, Bob. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, Helen, any discussion? All in favor of a positive referral, please say aye.
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 Opposed? This matter gets a positive referral to the City Council.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, it looks like we don't have anything under correspondence, nothing under other matters. A couple of things for reference only. So unless anybody wants to, has any other items rather, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a
Chairman.
motion to, go ahead.
I think that
Chairman,
was
so
Cindy
moved.
Nazario made the motion to adjourn. I think that was Bob with the second. I'm not sure. So all in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Let the record show this meeting is adjourned at 7:23 p.m.
Woo!
Not bad.
Good
Ah,
job, everyone. Good job.
Everybody's real disappointed. Well, thank you,
Yeah.
everyone. Have a good night. See you July 1st.
All
All right,
right.
thanks,
Good night,
everyone. Have a
everyone.
good night.
Have a great
Good night,
evening.
everybody.
Good night, everyone.